Kyle Busch is off to RCR, and the question is, how much trouble is Toyota in with their most winning driver and the owner of their flagship Truck Series team gone? I think the answer is both a little bit of trouble and a lot of trouble. In the Cup Series, I don't think they're in much trouble. I don't think Ty Gibbs will be as good as Busch straight out of the gate, but I don't think he's going to be that far off of Busch. Don't get me wrong, Kyle Busch is still great. He can still drive, and he can and will still compete for championships at RCR. But he probably did need a change in scenery. In the last 3 seasons, he has 4 wins and an average finish of 14th. In the 3 seasons before that, he had 18 wins and an average finish of 9th. There's a clear drop-off there. If Ty Gibbs can come in and win 1 to 2 races and make the playoffs, which I think he will, then I would say that it's a positive sign for the future, and Gibbs isn't much worse off for it. That said, Kyle Busch will still be better at RCR next year than Ty Gibbs will be in the 18 car. I think the change in scenery will do good things for Kyle. The area where Toyota is in trouble is driver development. But before we get to that, if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. It really helps the channel out a lot. Anyway, I've been saying for a while, Kyle Busch Motorsports was the bigger prize in the Kyle Busch sweepstakes than Kyle Busch the driver. The loss of KBM for Toyota's driver development program is big. KBM is the foundation of that driver development program and has been for the last decade, and has produced drivers we all know in the Cup Series like Eric Jones, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, and William Byron, just to name a few. Now, Toyota is not only without its foundational team in the Truck Series, but has to find out what to do with their development drivers that are currently running with KBM. Bob Pockrass put out an interesting tweet the other day saying that Toyota is working on finding homes for John Hunter Nemechek and Cory Hiem, and Chandler Smith has been working on finding a ride for next year. That's interesting to me because it implies that Chandler Smith may not be fully committed to Toyota and could potentially stay at KBM with Chevy. I think Chandler Smith has a lot of potential, so I think it would be a big pickup for Chevy if they could steal him away from Toyota. But what about Nemechek, Hiem, and don't forget about Sammy Smith? Well, with the announced departure of Brandon Jones from JGR's Xfinity team, Joe Gibbs has no confirmed drivers for its 3 Xfinity cars next year. You could see Toyota move all 3 of those guys into the Xfinity Series next year with JGR. But ultimately, that's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Toyota is going to have to reestablish a Truck Series development team. If they don't, then their historical problem of too many drivers for not enough seats is just going to get worse. It's too late for Gibbs to start their own Truck Series program and have it ready by February. So the truck teams you have left are ThorSport and Hattori Racing. Neither one of those 2 teams has a history of grooming drivers for the Cup Series one day. ThorSport has been around since the start of the Truck Series and has really just always done its own thing with its own drivers. Hattori may be a target to bring into the fold as a driver development team, maybe fund a 3rd truck for them, but my gut tells me that that's probably not going to happen either. I think that long term, there are a few better options. Toyota's driver development in the Truck Series is likely going to have to live with a bruise for 2023, but looking ahead to 2024, I think you could see Toyota push either Joe Gibbs Racing or 2311 Racing to start a Truck Series program. Gibbs hasn't fielded a truck team in 20 years, so I'm not sure how much interest there really is on Joe Gibbs' part. I find the idea of 2311 Racing having a truck team interesting because Denny Hamlin has made it clear that he has growth on his mind for 2311 Racing. And starting a truck program to take the place of KBM could make the team a bigger and more important part of Toyota's NASCAR program. Then there's one more wild card option that I've seen some people mention, and I actually like this one, and could see it happening as early as next year. Why not go after Nice Motorsports? Nice currently runs Chevys, but I haven't heard anything suggesting that they have any partnerships or attachments that would make it impossible to peel them away from Chevy. They've made it clear that growth is their intention and they want to expand into the Cup Series in the future, so there's ambition there, which makes them more appealing. They already have 4 trucks that you could put drivers in, and they also have Carson Hocevar, who has a lot of potential. If you're Toyota and have the opportunity to poach Hocevar, then it would be a huge pickup to go with the truck team. It may seem late in the year to announce a manufacturer change, but remember, ThorSport announced they were switching from Ford back to Toyota like 2 weeks before the season started in 2021, and they were still able to win a championship with Ben Rhodes that year. So in the end, I think that Toyota isn't really in trouble in the Cup Series, at least in the short term. They are in trouble in the lower series with their driver development program, but I think there are ways for them to fix it. Anyway, that's what I have for today. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's have some fun discussing. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.